The war in Ukraine is a preventable tragedy that should never have started, as diplomatic solutions were possible but not pursued. This conflict has far-reaching consequences for global stability, the economy, and human lives.
Today we made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire and into immediate negotiations to end this conflict in a way that's enduring and sustainable and accounts for their interests, their security, their ability to prosper.
The underlying tensions between Russia, Ukraine, and the West were exacerbated rather than addressed, leading to a devastating outcome. From Russia's perspective, the conflict was a motivated response to perceived threats to its sovereignty and national interests. Ukraine is framed as a necessary measure to protect Russia's boundaries and sphere of influence, both historically and geopolitically. The expansion of NATO on Russia's border, with the potential for Ukraine to join the alliance, is viewed as a direct threat to Russia's security and an encroachment on its borders, a perceived red line that should never be crossed. Foreign military presence in Ukraine is seen as a destabilizing factor in the region and a threat to Russia's security. Russia and Ukraine share centuries of intertwined history and culture, long before Western involvement. If NATO had acknowledged Russia's concerns and avoided expanding military alliances near its borders, the war might have been averted. Instead, Europe and the US appear to have deepened the historic and cultural divide between Russia and Ukraine, further fueling tensions. From the US and Europe's perspective, the conflict represents a stand against authoritarianism and a defense of democratic values. Ukraine, caught in the middle, has sought to assert its sovereignty and secure its future. However, the war highlights the consequences of failed diplomacy and the dangers of geopolitical rivalry. While it is easy to assign blame, the reality is that all parties share responsibility for the escalation of tensions. With the ascension of newly elected President Donald Trump in the United States, diplomacy is setting the stage for peace, to end the killing, the financial bleeding, and the destruction of families and property, and to engage in productive relations. However, the continued anti-Russia sentiment as a geopolitical strategy, along with the portrayal of Russia's president as a dictator, harms relationships and contributes to the escalation of tensions. Western media, with narratives of distrust toward Russia's political system based on ideological differences, seeks to undermine Russia's legitimacy on the world stage. Russia does not oppose Ukraine's alignment and aspirations toward Western perspectives. However, it opposes foreign military troops in Ukraine and Ukraine's membership in NATO. Ukraine, on the other hand, seeks to join NATO, viewing membership as a path to ensuring security, freedom from interference, and alignment with Europe as a step toward greater democratic aspirations and economic prosperity. The assumption that the war could have been avoided serves as a reminder of the importance of dialogue, compromise, and respect for sovereignty in preventing future conflicts. President Trump understands this well and has employed a strategy of mediation, using shuttle diplomacy, talking to each side independently without the other present, to bring both sides together. As it stands, the parties do not want to engage directly without a mediator. Russia sees Europe as an instigator that wants the war to continue, while Europe insists on being part of any peace talks as a condition for mediation. President Trump does not believe it is necessary for Europe to be at the table during the mediation process, as their insistence on maintaining foreign military presence in Ukraine remains a deterrent to peace. So far, President Trump has been able to secure a ceasefire commitment from Ukraine through his team, and a proposal has been put forward to Russia. However, Russia will not elevate talks toward a peace agreement unless the conditions of Ukraine not joining NATO and the absence of foreign troops in Ukraine are met. Any land Russia has captured during the war may or may not be returned, though it is most likely that it will not.